Good morning. It's me, Pearl, and this is Tuned in Tarot. And somehow it's that time again to check into the daily balance between the divine masculine and divine feminine energies inside of ourselves. Understanding that whatever state we find this energy in, we can expect to see reflected back to us in the outside world. So you can glean things about people in your real life from these readings, but really you're just looking at your own energy. And if you want to see change, you got to change within yourself. So let's dig in. Divine Feminine's going first this morning as she has more cards showing. And let's see. Top of the deck for Divine Feminine. Overall headspace, forefront of the mind. Nine of Pentacles energy in reverse. So the thing that is dominating Divine Feminine's consciousness at the moment would be rewards, like self-indulgence, being able to indulge the self at this point, having worked with that Eight of Pentacles energy and begun to see abundance start to come from that work, and maybe being a little too self-indulgent. There could be a little bit too much spending going on. There could be a little too much indulgence in food or beverages or substances or something. There could be some numbing behaviors going on for sure. There's also a feeling of resistance to the feeling of being solo, being on her own. Like Nine of Pentacles is a single and fabulous energy, but Divine Feminine is like, I'm kind of over it. Like I want to be partnered. I want to have like, I don't want to. She doesn't want to be like dating or like trying to. She's just done. Like with that energy of being on her own, she's not loving it. For some in the collective, there could be those of us that have come into union and you are no longer single, or those of us who have come into union with a karmic partner or a third party energy or whatever. That's also present for some, but for others it's just really about the resistance to this feeling of being solo and maybe a little bit of judgment about being self-indulgent at the moment, or being too um like too focused on the rewards that she's going to get instead of really kind of appreciating just being in the moment, but sort of looking to like, this is going to be my reward. When this happens, I'm going to get this. And so we have this feeling of it's not the greatest, it's not a lot of good thoughts about the Nine of Pentacles today. But it's also interesting because we're right at the end of retrograde. Like today is the last day, I think. It ends today, and then tonight there's new energy changing. So she's just like done with this energy from this time. The niggling thing in the back of her mind is the Three of Swords in reverse. So we're seeing that this heartbreak, these wounds that have been healing, we're seeing that it's kind of underlying everything that's happening right now for her. And again, that's why I'm seeing her resisting. She doesn't want to be in the solo energy. She's wanting to release these wounds, release this heartbreak energy, and be able to come back and reunite with divine masculine iteration or start something new. But she just doesn't want to be on her own anymore. She wants to have finished healing. There's like this fed up feeling, like I'm fed up. And that might be why she's being self-indulgent. She's like, what the fuck? I don't have any other joy. So I'm just going to do what I want. I'm just going to buy this. I'm just going to drink this. I'm just going to smoke this. I'm just going to eat this. And she knows that underlying that decision, those decisions that she's making, is the healing that's still kind of going on in that heart space. And she's just sort of tired. She's like, when will I ever be healed enough to be able to be partnered and not be on my own? The first thing on her mind is her wish fulfillment. So that's the Nine of Pentacles overall, and then the Nine of Cups. And we're going to see it again. So there's 9, 9, 9. We've got that kind of synchronicity happening in the reading, first of all. And that being right on the verge of arriving at 10 energy. her wish fulfillment has to do with the divine masculine energy. She's wishing that he wouldn't be hoarding his emotions. She's wishing she could hear from him. She's wishing that there could be some kind of union, partnership, right? So divine masculine and divine feminine energies could be together and celebrate the end of separation, moving from this 9 into this 10. When we get the 9 of Cups in our spread, whether it's upright or in reverse, it means we're going to get our wish fulfillment. So it would seem that she would be able to have to achieve this wish. Her energy, she's quite capable of it. But the next thing that's on her mind is justice in reverse. So there could be some legal reasons that are preventing this union for some. There could be a sense that there's something going on legally that's preventing her wish fulfillment. It could be the lack of an apology or some sense that there's like been a balancing of the scales between the two of them, a reciprocity between the two of them that's preventing the union. But there's something about doing justice, seeing justice done, experiencing apologies, etc., that is on her mind. Like that something unfair has taken place, or that even it's unfair that she has to wait, because the next thing that comes out after that justice in reverse is the 7 of Pentacles. Oh, I can't pick it up. Upright. So when we see it upright, we're seeing patience. She's like, if I just wait for this justice to be done, I will see these fruits come to bear and I will be able to harvest them. But she's also feeling like it's unfair that she's had to be doing all of this nurturing, all of this tending, all of this, because in the meantime, while she's waiting for this justice to be done, whatever it is, whether it's legal or otherwise, it's like exhaustive nurturing of this relationship has been happening, and it feels unfair to her. It feels imbalanced. It's like she has to hold herself back from being single and independent. She can't go see other people. She can't have experiences with anybody while she's waiting, and she's just feeling like it's so unfair. I feel a lot of emotion there for her too, like really, really, really emotionally reacting to that feeling of not fair. The next card that's up is the 5 of Wands in reverse. It's clarifying this wish fulfillment. So we're sensing that she has a sense that she has an awareness that she's unblocking the things within her that have prevented her from experiencing this wish fulfillment of being united with a divine masculine energy in some kind of a partnership and a union. So that's what she's patiently been tending to. And she's ready to see that justice. She's ready to see the balancing of the scales. She's feeling pretty tired at all of the work it's taking to just nurture this relationship into being. And here's the 10 of Pentacles, which is in reverse. On the last day of retrograde, we've got this experience with the reversed cards and then the 9, 10, like that energy is starting to shift now. Yesterday, we kept seeing the numbers backwards. We would see, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. And today we're finally seeing 9 and 10. So we're seeing the energy shift, but the cards are still in reverse because there's still this discomfort. There's still this feeling that there's not yet been justice, that there's some kind of justice that still needs to be done in order for this material manifestation to fully ground here in the 3D. And she's feeling, if it's legal reasons that are holding it back, she's feeling like that's very unfair. And she's just wanting it to be over. there's like a feeling of like, can this just be over? Like, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to have to tend to this relationship in this difficult way anymore. Like, it would be so much easier if we were just together, and then I could, with a look or a touch or whatever, or, you know, there would be a clear understanding this is happening. You'd be like, oh, okay, that's cool. But instead it's like this, I don't know what is going on. And I'm having to sit here and like, you know, make sure that divine masculine feels seen and heard. Meanwhile, I never feel seen and heard. And then when I do, it's like, oh, this is so great, followed by like, okay, great. So she's just really chafing at this energy. And the final thought in her mind is, fuck, this standstill, I have to make a choice. I have to make a choice. I have to choose to either go towards my life or continue to nurture this thing that is taking so long to happen. And I don't want to make that choice. I don't want to have to choose to walk away. I don't want to have to choose to walk towards to take another path. I don't want to be single and go do that. I don't want to. But at the same time, I don't want to do this anymore either. I don't want to have to constantly be figuring out how to communicate or, you know, express just the right thing so that he knows how I feel. Like, I don't want to do this anymore. She's really frustrated. Top of the deck for the heart space is the Nine of Cups upright. So she's like, I know I'm going to get this wish, but how the fuck long am I going to have to wait for it? Like, that's her headspace. She's like, I know it's going to happen, but Jesus Christ. Like, is this going to be like this forever? Is it going to be like this forever? That's that fear. That's what this is. Two of Swords is about. She's like, if this is going to be like this, then I'm fucking putting up my defenses. I'm not going to deal with this anymore. Like, I can't, like, there's that energy going on inside of her. She's like, okay. Right? But she feels that she's going to get this. So she's holding on to it because she feels she's going to experience this union, this wish fulfillment that she has. Feeling in her heart space is in reverse, and which complements the Fountain Tarot that I just read from, has the Minor Arcana card to kind of give you, you know, like a place to start when you're first learning the cards, and also just to sort of the general energy. And the general energy for this card is power, and it's in reverse. So Divine Feminine feels like the power that she should equally share is not in her hands. It's out of her hands. It's being controlled by this Divine Masculine energy, who's very much in his ego, worried about appearances, worried about how he's going to do this, worried about the material presentation, worried about this and worried about that. And in the meantime, really truly ignoring Divine Feminine's needs. Like, he might not want to do that, but that's what's happening. She doesn't know what he wants. She doesn't have a clue. There's no communication. So she doesn't know. So she's really this feeling of like, he has the power over my wish fulfillment, and I don't fucking like that. Like, it's not fair. That justice in reverse. The next thing that's coming up is Judgment. Interesting card. A swan looking down at itself like that. It's a really beautiful energy. This Judgment card is clarifying the Nine of Cups. So she's judging herself for wanting this Divine Masculine and for holding out in this energy for this. And she's also judging her Divine Masculine for really just being very indirect in how she experiences him. She's really exhausted. And she's judging herself, and she's judging the situation, and she's like, I think I'm stupid. I think I'm a stupid idiot for falling for this again and waiting for this wish to be fulfilled while this fucking Divine Masculine decides what he's going to do. Like, she's pissed. And she's really tired. Four of Swords. Clarifying this justice in reverse. This silence I'm experiencing is not fair. It is not fair. And you know what? I'm fucking sick of it. I'm exhausted by it. I'm done. I'm quiet. I'm going to be quiet. I cannot keep nurturing and attending to this and like figuring out what I'm supposed to say and what I'm supposed to do to keep you calm enough and keep you secure enough to come towards me. Like, I can't do that anymore. That's her energy. And the Seven of Pentacles is being clarified by the Four of Cups. Or I'm sorry, not the Four of Cups, the Prince of Cups, the Knight of Cups. So this is what she's been tending to, preparing to experience the openness, the expression, this love, this cup, this offer from this night. This is what she has been waiting for. This is what is exhausting to her. That she just feels like incapable of dealing with anymore. And she's really going within and asking herself, like, am I just doing what I always do? Like, isn't this what I do? Don't I tell myself like, oh, it's going to change in this amount of time. And so I'll wait until this time and then nothing. And then like, oh, now it's going to change and then nothing. And so she's going within and asking herself, like, I'm open to receive this cup. I'm stuck on one specific iteration of that cup, right? That 10 of Pentacles in reverse. There's a specific, and this this King of Pentacles, that's a specific manifestation of the divine masculine, and that specific manifestation is not coming into his power. He's abusing his power again. So she has to make a decision. There's the Two of Swords. Clarifying the Five of Wands in reverse. So she has to choose. She has unblocked herself, and yet she stands here blocking all other experiences by waiting for this wish fulfillment. She doesn't want to make a choice of having to either walk away or continue to stay in this state that she's been in for so long. Holy shit. Here's the 10 of Pentacles, clarifying the 10 of Pentacles. She wants to choose her happiness. She wants to choose her material fulfillment. She doesn't want to have to make the choice. She wants the divine to just make the choice for her so that she can just be happy in partnership. She's happy on her own. This wouldn't be here if she didn't feel fulfillment in some way. If she didn't feel happiness, if she didn't feel like she, that there were a lot of things going for her at this point, we wouldn't see the 10 of Pentacles. Wouldn't even be here. But she's blocking it in her headspace because of this attachment to an outcome. And she's trying not to go into this Eight of Swords energy. She's trying not to choose to protect herself from the experience of her wish fulfillment. She's really afraid. She's like at this crossroads right now, which is like, it seems like I'm going to get my wish, but it also seems like I'm not. And I don't know if I'm just putting all of my hopes into this wish fulfillment of this specific king who has all this power over me and protecting myself from other really beneficial, healthy, happy, not toxic relationships. But I can't help it either because I really want this wish. And so she doesn't want to have to choose. She doesn't want to have to choose to either protect herself or allow this king to continue to control the situation, because that is what is happening. That is what feels so unfair. All right, let's take a look at divine masculine. Whoa. Ugh. I hate this reading. Okay, go away, ego. Top of the deck. Overall headspace for divine masculine. Forefront of his mind is this Two of Pentacles energy we saw yesterday, a couple days ago. It's here again. It is in its reverse. So there's been imbalance. There's been back and forth. There's been a lot of juggling. He's had to deal with a lot of things, and he's kind of finally coming to a time where he can kind of focus on what it is that he wants. But he's had a choice to make, and it seems like he's made it. He's not going back and forth in his mind anymore. He's like, okay, I'm going to do this thing. I'm going to do this thing that I want. So it's a positive head state to be in, to just being like, okay, I made a choice. In the niggling thing in the back of his mind is the Eight of Wands in reverse. So I'm having to look at his whole headspace to really get a sense for this card, because Eight of Wands is a lot of momentum, a lot of motion. It's about messages. It's about communication coming towards you, sending messages, receiving messages. And when I see it in its reversal, I get the feeling a lot that it means that it's like a slowing your roll kind of a thing. Like, whoa, we got to slow down a little bit. Things are moving too fast. But then when I look at the rest of his headspace, I feel like that's not really the case. So what we're seeing, I think, is that he's thinking about this. What's underlying everything is that he has been withholding these messages, that he has been the one that is slowing things down. And this niggling thing right now is like, that has to change. He has to actually send these messages, because, well, we can see divine feminine is starting to get uncomfortable again. She's starting to be like, yeah, okay, this is not good for me. And it's not good for him either. What's not good for divine feminine is not good for divine masculine, and vice versa. So it's not like he's doing this to her. Remember, this is for her in some way that's appropriately reflecting this energy back to her. But the reason I think that he's right, it's time to send the messages, is because the first thing on his mind is this Three of Wands in reverse, which is like, it's time. Like we've been waiting for the ships to come in. They have come in. He's relied on the divine to put the pieces into place, and the pieces have fallen into place, and the obstacles have been removed, because here's the Five of Wands in reverse in union with divine feminine's Five of Wands. There's no more obstacles at this point. And in fact, divine masculine is completely surrendering. Now, I saw the Hanged Man, and at first I was like, are you fucking serious? Because I'm like, we can't do Hanged Man energy, especially when we look in the heart space right now. I'm just like, I cannot do that, because I'm in that divine feminine energy that's like, Jesus Christ, like, do I have to do this forever? But the Hanged Man is here today, not about a pause, but it's about surrendering, in fact, to the fact that there is readiness, because we have Three of Wands in reverse. The Five of Wands means blockages have been removed. The Four of Cups in reverse. So we're no longer in this pause where we're just meditating or thinking about it or fantasizing about it, or we have meditated and contemplated until we are blue in the face. And now it is time to actually speak and start to give an expression to what has been going into our cup that we've been filling up in this Three of Wands and Four of Cups energy. And finally coming into the 3D and collaborating with divine feminine, because this is not an energy where you're working on your own. This is an energy of teamwork, collaboration, and material world fulfillment as well. And that is what has been unblocked. He can now work with divine feminine, so she doesn't have to feel this controlling energy anymore. He's really anxious from all of that energy, like it's time to be able to have his heart's desire. This is this Ace of Wands energy. This is what's clarifying the Hanged Man. He's surrendering to his heart's desire, and his heart's desire is to be with the divine feminine. So his headspace is like, I'm ready. I'm ready for this. I'm ready to achieve what it is that I desire. The top of the deck for the heart space for divine masculine is the death card. And this deck is amazing in terms of this card. It's so visceral, and it's an interesting image because normally when we see the death card, we're not seeing like the human aspect. We're just seeing the Grim Reaper, and here we're seeing like this heart exposed. It's like reaching in and, tearing out what doesn't serve you and having something new be reborn in this heart space. So he has lost something, and we saw grief for him yesterday. So he has endured some kind of a loss, and there has been some grief, and there's been an ending here. But it's time now for this rebirth, and the heart is filled with this. Like, it's time to rebirth this connection. The niggling thing, the niggling feeling, the bottom of the deck is the hermit energy, but it's not divine masculine. It's divine feminine that we're seeing in this image. And I really do think this is about her being in her hermit energy and kind of having retreated from him somewhat. She's there, but she's not overly excited about it, which we could see from her headspace. She's like, I love you, but this is really, really putting me through my paces, bro. Really, 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 really unfair. So I do sense that she has retreated from him to a certain extent, might not be overly expressive with him at the moment. So there's that. And I also think that he's been soul searching as well. And he's still counts on that divine feminine's light to sort of lead him through this darkness. And because he's experienced some kind of a loss, his heart is feeling that need for that divine feminine energy to like lead him out through that. Then we have clarifying it's time. We have the Sun card, and it's in its reverse. Now, the Sun is auspicious, just like the Nine of Cups. When you get it upright or in reverse, it's still really positive. It's not like, oh, you're unhappy if it's in reverse. It can mean that you're doing things to block your happiness, but it's usually just more about whether or not your spiritual fulfillment is being expressed and illuminated, or not quite expressed yet, like sort of hidden in your heart. And what I see is it's time for him to unblock that happiness, because the next card on the other side of it is this Five of Wands in reverse. So the time is here for him to be able to have the full expression of his happiness, because he's been happy as long as divine feminine has been acknowledging him and showing that she hears him and sees him and gives him what he needs, space or time, or just the ability to express to her in whatever way he needs. That's given him happiness, but he wants to experience the full expression of it. Looky, the Two of Swords. Where have we seen that before today? Oh, just two more other times in Divine Feminine's head and heart space. So the standstill, the no motion forward. This is what is preventing full expression of happiness. The reluctance to make the choice that he's had to make. But this is what is clarifying the Five of Wands in reverse. So what we're seeing is he has not wanted to make this choice because of the fighting, the infighting that will ensue when he does make the choice, and the fact that he's been struggling against himself. But he is making a choice, because here's the Four of Swords, which is also in Divine Feminine's heart space mirrored. For Divine Masculine, we are seeing him breaking his silence. This is what is clarifying the Hanged Man. So we have this the perspective that he's gained, the surrender that he has, is he's just going to reveal what has been hidden. Because the next card that comes up is what has been hidden, the moon. And it is clarifying this moon energy of the Four of Cups in reverse. So it's time, he's ready to reveal the secrets that he has had kept hidden from others so that he can experience, holy shit, the Four of Wands. That's why that Three of Wands is in reverse, so the Four of Wands can be here upright in the 3D, here on the earth, on the planet, with the dirt and the water and the trees and the air that we breathe. Planet Earth, not in the fantasy world, not in the dream space, not in the 5D, but here on the motherfucking planet. And the final outcome is, what is his heart's desire that he's surrendering to? The Queen of Cups, his divine feminine, who he loves very, very much and wants to experience this union, this sacred union with in the physical. Okay, Divine Masculine, you saved the reading. Until you're part of the reading, I was ready to give up on my job and all of the things I'm doing in life. Okay, let's look at Divine Feminine. Oracles, give you some help since you're having a little bit of a struggle. Just hold on there, Divine Feminine. Hold on for one more day. Okay, let's see. Seeker. You're in the light attributes of the seeker, which is a thirst for wisdom and truth wherever they are. You no longer have an issue with an inability to commit to a path. You've committed to the truth, to seeking the truth, to not accepting excuses from yourself, to being like, I think maybe there's probably a little more to that though, and I'm going to go dig that out, even if it might be a little bit painful. So you have just a willingness to go deep, and you're really thirsty to have wisdom. It's so important to you. We have, don't compromise, St. Agnes of Rome. I think this is about your Two of Swords energy, decisions. Don't compromise. This is standing out to me. This says decisions right here at the bottom. She's here to support you. There was a reversal on this card too. Do not compromise this union with this energy. Do not think that these two things cannot coexist. You can live your life and have excitement and have everything that you want in love. And in fact, that is what you're going to do while nurturing and tending to this experience with this divine masculine with ease. Don't compromise the union because you feel uncomfortable right now. And also, don't compromise your needs. That's the other thing she's here to help you with. If you feel that you're being controlled by this divine masculine energy, do not compromise your needs. If you need specific things like communication, a basic necessity, don't compromise that. Insist upon that. Only reflect back what you are getting. Do not give more than you are getting. Don't compromise your worthiness by feeling like you have to give more so that you'll be loved. You're already loved. There's a power dynamic here that's being worked out, right? That justice, that balancing. From my new deck, the Spellcasting Oracle, we're getting animals. And there's husky energy that I really want. There was a reversal on this. So this is about companionship and loyalty. And with don't compromise, I also see stay loyal. Stay loyal, stay committed. Don't compromise yourself, your beliefs, what you know you want from a relationship just because you're uncomfortable and you feel you're kicking and screaming a little bit. You often feel that you'd much prefer the company of furry and feathered friends to that of the human variety. You understand animals are special, for they hold no judgment, only a pure love that radiates on a cosmic level. Show your appreciation of their loyalty and personal qualities by taking time out with an animal companion or playing with a beloved pet. The love you share with animals is special and continues when they pass over, as they remain faithfully by your side in spirit. Losing an animal companion who's wandered far from home is a heartbreaking worry. Your prayers for protection will guide them safely back at this time. And so this is, to me, this is really about that loyalty and companionship you want to experience from this divine masculine energy. You want to remain loyal and you sense a loyalty from him, but you're craving this companionship so much. You're taking it very hard right now that you're on your own. You want this companion energy. I witness the darkness and call on the light with my prayer. Thank you, universe, for guiding me to perceive this fear through the eyes of the teacher of love. So, right now, this is a message about how this fear that you will tend to something, that you will nurture it, that you will try to bring it to its fulfillment, and it won't come. This is what you've been learning on this particular journey. That if you do put your faith and trust and love and nurture into something, it will come. It will manifest for you. When you ask, it is given. And it's through love. It's through wanting the specific iteration of somebody, or wanting a romance, or wanting a partnership, or whatever it is, through the love of the passion that you have for whatever career that you're trying to manifest. It's through love that you learn this, how to handle these fears that you have, how to release these limiting fears and ideas that you have. You are getting the meditate and contemplate card in its reversal. And whenever I see that, that's a 4 of Cups energy to me in reverse, which is like, number 1, getting grounded, like grounding the union. Number 2, coming out of the fantasy and dream space. It could also mean that you've neglected a meditative practice and you might want to return to that and actually have a more consistent practice in your life. But it means usually to come out of the dream space, come out of fantasy. You're also getting the crumbling. What are you clinging to? And it's in reverse. Your 10 of Pentacles and your 9 of Pentacles were in reverse. So there's still a clinging, a material attachment, a clinging to an outcome. I know it's hard, but you have to release it. Allow the tower to crumble. You keep having the tower in reverse. Let it crumble. Let those pieces go. Let the old beliefs and ideas about yourself and what this experience is going to be like, let it go. You can't have the new thing until the old thing is really out of your system. You are getting answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? And there's a star energy in this card too, where you have to let your light shine, because there's that star at the edge of the water, the manifestation, pouring of the unconscious into the material. I think answer the call. There could be an element there of actually receiving a call. Like you might be getting a call of some kind in today. But it's asking, what is your soul calling you to do? Your soul, your niggling thing in your heart space was releasing the control of that King of Pentacles. So it's releasing the attachment to a specific iteration. You're really being called to do that. And I know you're so annoyed with me because you're like, I've done that, but I'm just the messenger. Rhino Spirit, overcome any obstacle. We're getting the protection message. I don't know if we've gotten this one before. The appearance of an obstacle in front of you offers you a choice. Barrel into it and bang your head, which is what Divine Feminine feels like she's doing in this 7 of Pentacles energy. Or find your easiest way around and don't fight it, which is kind of this, right? The King of Pentacles in reverse. Maybe just don't fight it. Are you exhausted by your efforts to break through an obstacle? Gee, I don't know. Are you exhausted? I didn't just say that or anything. Are you stubbornly insisting that there is only one way to remove it from your path? Rhino Spirit is here to tell you that sometimes the answer is no. Sometimes it is no, not yet. And sometimes it is no, not the way you think it should be. Open to new possibilities and you will find other options begin to appear. Not every conflict is worth engaging in, and not every obstacle is worth resisting head on. Don't waste energy banging your head against the wall. I don't know if that helped me at all, but hopefully it helped you. For me, it just made me be like, okay, but I still feel like this though. All right. Divine Masculine, let's look at your oracles. You are in the light attributes of the storyteller right now. So you have an ability to experience and express life through stories and symbols. Then you're no longer making up tales to harm others. So you're really able to tell your story. You can express right now very effectively what it is that you need to say to Divine Feminine, whether that's through stories and symbols in some way. But you're able to really express yourself. You are in the light attributes of the goddess, which is the feminine expressed through wisdom, nature, life force, and sensuality. So you're really integrating the feminine energy, which is great because once that integrated feminine energy is inside of you, where we see it here in the heart space, that goddess energy with that Queen of Cups energy, you're able to then attract that in the 3D and manifest that kind of an energy around you in its physical form. So you're also really right now focused on your Divine Feminine as in her goddess energy. You're really seeing her that way. You want her to feel that way. That's part of the reason why you've, taken so much time, because you've really wanted her to feel how she is to you. The Archangel Raphael is here with this healthful eating card, and there could be a general sense that you do need to maybe feed yourself or take care of yourself in some way, that you've been focused a lot on the material and on Divine Feminine's needs, and you might have not been really taking care of yourself. So that's really just a reminder to make sure you're doing that. But Saint Raphael is also the twin flame angel, the specific guardian of this union and mine personally. So to see him here too is also like, you don't have to worry that anything is going to go wrong, because this is a protected union that's being brought together through those divine machinations and that healing energy, that temperance energy. You're getting new beginnings, which I feel we can kind of sense is really happening for you, because you're ready to reveal what has been hidden, and you are, surrendering to your heart's desire. This card heralds a brand new chapter in your life. You've already noticed challenges or even breakdowns in relationships that have always been familiar to you, both at work and in other situations. This is because you're at a turning point in your life, and certain factors need to leave before the good stuff can come in. It's been a long, hard slog, but there's a glimmer of hope sparkling in the distance that indicates a destiny you've been wishing for. New ideas, successful projects, and golden opportunities await. You have a second chance. Throw caution to the wind and trust in the great mystery as you walk into your future. Start living in the present. New opportunities await. The situation is being healed. The outcome is far greater than you imagined, and you have a chance to reinvent yourself. So, auspicious card, Divine Masculine. Hey, you're reminded, hope is the conduit for miracles. And this has a star energy, right? With this hope in reverse. So don't lose hope. Hope is what the conduit for miracles is. You have to have that hope, which then starts to transform into belief. Divine Masculine, you're getting this again. And it's in its reverse, which is an emphasis. Communication is key. And you got, it's time to break the silence in your reading. I just saw 44. So for sure, you need to communicate, bro. Bring love into the situation. And then you're getting this. Yes, 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 yes. And this is 3 of Cups energy. This is emphasized as well because it was reversed. It is time to party. You need to just say yes to what it is that you want, and also trust that you are receiving this protection right now. You are you you need to call back your power and cut the cords from anybody who is not helpful to you. Establish those healthy boundaries, but you have a lot of protection surrounding you. You don't have to be afraid. And we're getting pig spirit again, little pigoo spirit who came out yesterday. And pig spirit's message is use your mind wisely. And I think yesterday we had the protection message. Yes. So today we have the oracle message, which pig spirit appears to remind you of the right use of intelligence, a gift we all have that is meant to be used with love, compassion, and discernment. Intelligence means recognizing the value of intuition partnered with smarts and common sense, which leads to intelligent solutions. When pig spirit appears, you are called to respect your analytical mind and use it for the highest good, recognizing that all facts must be considered even when they do not fit with what you know already. Spirit blesses us with wisdom when we allow pig spirit to nudge us into open minded, thoughtful dialogues, whether with others or internally, as we mull over our ideas and what we have come to understand. You are intelligent and capable of clear minded thinking shaped by the wisdom you have accumulated and the intuition that will tell you when you have more learning to do because not all facts are in. Now is a time that your decision making powers are reliable, for you are in alignment with pig spirit's keen intelligence. In other words, you've got the smarts to make the correct and appropriate decision. So that two of swords, where you're like, do I decide now to break this silence and reveal this? You have all the information you need to answer that and to make that decision. Okay, divine couple, love this for you. This is the bottom of the deck, all the things that you are in union about. And the first thing you are in union about is companion energy, loyalty, tenacity, and unselfishness. You are both loyal to each other. We got the animal spirit coming up for divine feminine, who feels the loyalty from divine masculine and is herself feeling this loyalty, even though she is in this discomfort of having to tend to something that is so very ineffable and so difficult for her to really share with others in her life, or, have these physical experiences. Even though there's been this discomfort, she's been loyal for years and years in some cases, and years and years and years and years and years and years in other cases. So we do have a lot of loyalty and tenacity here, at the unselfish desire to really be united. Your guardian angel is here to help you both with sleep and rest. You're both exhausted. This has been taking a lot out of you. You're really, really, really tired. And you do need this rest. You need to not let your mind be, going over and over and over and over and over again. Just give yourself a little bit of a break, the two of you. You're getting the talent card. There's something that both of you share in terms of talent that is powerful and probably part of your mission. You were born with great aptitude. You need to hone your skills to ensure that they're at their best so you can be at your finest. You may feel the pressure to do well, and sometimes your nerves get the better of you. You've been blessed with a wonderful gift, but don't know how to make the most of your talent. Don't buy into competition. Instead, think like a winner to overcome any limitations. Give it your best shot. This is your chance to shine and to prove yourself. But most importantly, enjoy yourself as you live up to your true potential as a champion. So any and all of those things are going on with this energy, but this is your moment to shine. Like, you actually, in this union and in your experience of each other, you're both really talented companions. You have healed this deep wounds inside of you that will allow you to really shine in this relationship together as well, not just in terms of your mission. Oneness is my true nature. That's really lovely to get as a union card for both. That oneness, being together, is your true nature. Well being is your true nature, not the other way around. You and your loved ones are safe. So, divine masculine, an extra message here of protection for you. This Cancer energy. So, this is usually about the home, about family, things that could potentially be problematic. You and your loved ones are safe. So, you don't have to worry. Warrior woman is here. Have you answered your deepest calling? We got answer the call for divine feminine. And have you answered your deepest calling in this warrior energy? I just watched the Up All Night video, which has the divine feminine in armor the other night. That's a Beck video from the Colors 2017 or whatever. So I'm just thinking about that image of the divine feminine coming to the rescue of the divine masculine. But there's but this is the energy that both of you are in at this time, and this is why you're protected. Like, you know what you're doing. You're seasoned warriors at this point, and you have answered your deepest calling, which is oneness. And then I'm not even going to read this card because we keep getting it. We've got Seahorse Spirit, watch and wait. So this is where the two of you are right now. You are gaining perspective on the union, on each other, on the next steps going forward, on what you can expect, what you need to do, etc. So this is where you are at. You are in this place right now where you just need to watch and wait and allow the divine to make its machinations. Alrighty. Let's close out the reading by throwing all the cards on the floor. By picking a goddess card to end out the reading, this is to use for the goddess practice, where you put two hands over your heart at some point today. For 15 minutes, repeat the mantra, my heart is the heart of the goddess, and you can picture any divine feminine energy that you like. I choose a card from this deck to give us a sense of different iterations of the divine feminine as she has appeared throughout time and across cultures. And this is because we have honored God energy and we fail to honor the divine feminine a lot. And so this helps to balance the energy inside of ourselves, which is beneficial to all. And today we're getting Mary energy again, who's a special guardian for me. Mary is most closely allied to the Middle Eastern moon goddesses. Like them, she is a creator goddess associated with both the heavens and the sea or other waters. She is worshipped by Catholics as the moon of the church and as Stella Maris, the star of the sea. The moment of the Annunciation is when she confronts the truth of her own great creativity, symbolized by Gabriel, the angel of truth made from fire. This is the moment at which she accepts the imperative to create, the need to bring forth life from the very center of her being. Mary is the goddess as womb, as source of all life and of regeneration. She is the mother of mercy and infinite compassion, the one we turn to in times of need. She is a reminder that compassion toward oneself fosters creativity. She reminds us to be gentle with ourselves. So that's our goddess energy for today. That was a quick reading today, which I'm glad because I have to teach soon, as I do on Saturdays. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please like, subscribe, share, click notifications so you know when I'm going live, or follow me on Instagram. You can see that I'm going live because I usually post the shuffle time lapse with the songs that came up, which there were some good songs today that came up. I forgot to mention them, which is why you should follow me on Instagram so you can see the songs that are like influencing the reading, because I don't always remember to go back to them. But follow me there. You can also follow my music because I am Pearl from Pearl and the Prayers. So Pearl and the Prayers on Instagram as well. You can stay up to date with music releases, etc. You are very welcome. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I will see you. I am going to say that on Sundays, I will only be doing 12 o'clock Pacific Coast or 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time live readings with Grace Strega. However, I sometimes do feel called to do a morning reading. So Sunday is going to be my flex day. You may see me tomorrow morning, or you may have to wait until the afternoon to see my live reading with Grace Strega. It's always fun. You can ask personal questions at the end of the reading, and we will answer them within our time limit. She takes one side, divine masculine or divine feminine, and I take the other. It's really super great. It's one of my highlights of each week, and we've been getting a lot of personal questions at the end. So it's there's possible that you could get questions answered through the collective, through other people that are in the same experiences that you are having. So check that out tomorrow, 12 p.m. PCT, 3 p.m. EST. Take care. Have a lovely day. Oh my God.